Hi everyone, welcome back to Cool Ass Nature Shit videos from WTF Biology. As promised, I'm going to show you some mountain pine beetle galleries in these ponderosa pine that live by my house. I picked up this stick off the ground here underneath that ponderosa pine, and here you can see these are the egg galleries, so they're pretty straight. And then we can also see some of the larval ones. So these are larger and they're kind of more squiggly. And so here's some really nice ones that you can see on that side. And then after they chew themselves out of the bark, then they fly off to the next tree in that flight event that we talked about on the podcast. This leads to the question of how do we get from beetle galleries to denim wood? Here, I'll show you. So here's some ponderosa pine firewood that was harvested from the forest here in northern Arizona. And so if you look carefully, you can see these areas of this dark blue staining. You can see it running longitudinally too along these longitudinal cuts. And it's not the beetle that stains the wood, it's actually the fungus that the beetles carry around, the biological luggage. When the Forest Service issues fire cutting permits, they often encourage people to cut down the trees that have been affected by a bark beetle in order to get out of the fire pit. Get out. To reduce the risk of wildfire. And that's one of the reasons why the California fires have been so bad, is because they have a lot of their trees are being affected by bark beetles. And those trees that are left standing are just giant matches just waiting to be lit up. I went to Home Depot to get some of this denim wood so that you guys could see it. So it has this really nice pretty blue stain to it, and remember that's the fungus that is carried around on those bark beetles. So what would happen, the lumber mill people would see a board that come up like this, and then they would throw it out. Maybe they might chip it for mulch, but basically it was an unusable product, until they started seeing that a lot of these boards were coming up with this stain, and so they were losing a lot of money. So instead of just chipping it and throwing it out, they decided to call it denim wood and charge extra money for it because it's so rare and beautiful, which it is beautiful, but that's how they turned a useless product into a luxury item, and that's pretty neat power of branding.